Hey everyone. So, I want to start off with some more dreams. These are some really old dreams that I found I want to go to. So let's just start them off. So I had this dream. I was running away from the cartel, and and I was dodging bullets and explosions. It was like I was Hota's side wingman, and I go by the name of Tipo. So and Hota used to be Pablo Escobar's bodyguard, but yeah, it was like his sidekick in this dream, which is pretty crazy. But I rescued a dog. So as I'm running away from explosions and like bullets, I rescue a dog, and before jumping from a fence off to another fence or something, I'm jumping over fence by fence and running. I'm running, and then I ran into a house, and I asked an old man who owned the house I ran into to avoid the crossfire to look after his dog. He said, "See," and I gave him water, agua for the dog. I run, but am immediately caught by the cartel. Okay, so like I basically give. So I'm running. I save this dog that's that's in the crossfire of bullets and explosions. And then like I run into this house and I see this old man and that stuff. I'm like, hey man, can you like take care of this dog or something like that? And he's like, see, and then so basically I don't know. I give him water. I gave the old man water and I give the dog water or something like that. And then I still run off and that stuff, trying to run away from the cartel, but the cartel catches me. And this is what it says. Hold on. So I run, but immediately caught by the cartel members asking if I'm Tino. I said no, I'm Tipo. They still brought me to their leader, asking who I was, and the leader asked who I am, and it's weird because he's like the character Buggy from One Piece. Like his hands are like pop off of his arms like that, and they're floating and levitating. So it's kind of crazy. So they come off like Buggy the Clown from One Piece, imitating me until he asked if I gave an old man and dog some water, and I said yes. And he said that was his papa, and he loves dogs. He thanked me that then and sent me on my way. I was going right up an alleyway where two Hispanic kids jumped me because I was standing on their money stash pile in a bank. Yeah, so after basically like the cartel leader like thanks me for like saving his dog from a crossfire, and like giving it and saving I guess his like dad also from the crossfire, and I give him water. And I run away, they capture me, and then he thanks me for saving them and that stuff. And then so I'm making my way like just walking away from all this, and I go in an alley. I get jumped by these two kids. I don't really remember getting jumped. I just remember the crossfire part. But anyways, it says they jumped me because I was standing on their money stash pile. I didn't even know I was standing on it. I was just walking. And with tons of money. So it was like big bank bags with tons of money in a ditch, and I guess I walked past it. Like I walked across not knowing. And I just came from the boss's house. They gave me $150 to keep. I walked a bit and looked up a balcony and saw a naked Mexican lady. Okay, I remember this dream. Lady, you look all right. She invited me inside to sit on a couch and told me she had yeah, so she said that she did it with three girls. So I meet this like Mexican lady, and she brings me in her house, and she tells me that she's been like making films, basically adult films with other women and that stuff, and that's basically what she told me. And uh and that day, and she asked if I can be her first man that day. But she smelled like my armpits. So I was like, nah, dude, I'll pass, dude. I was like, I'll pass on that shit. So I wasn't interested, and even like, though I would have smashed if it wasn't for the smell, like, cause she was pretty hot. But honestly, dude, like, I don't know why, but the BO really got to me in that dream. So I was like, fuck no. And smelling the wrist, it was like sort of, and like, okay, I'm gonna go into detail, but in the dream, like it was like sort of shaved, but it was still kind of like bush, like it was a trim bush, but it was still like, you know, so but yeah, that's pretty much what I said in this dream. It was like still smell. I probably should have asked to take a shower. I probably should have asked if she wanted to take a shower and just wear rubbers instead. Plus, how many girls she's had sex with, and a little. Hold on. Oh yeah, and then she had a kid, and the kid had a freaking M8, like I guess like a firearm and that stuff, and this kid had like a M like a freaking assault rifle in the freaking house, and I'm like, I love it, and the kid knows how to use it, and it's fucking crazy, dude. But yeah, dude, I was like, god damn, dude, that was a crazy dream. Damn, 6 minutes? Yeah, that was a crazy dream. But yeah, but the dream pretty much ends when I leave that chick's house, that Mexican chick's house, and she's like she was a bit thick, like what I remember in the dream, but she was kind of hot, like big old boobies. But like, yeah, no, dude, it was pretty crazy. It was a pretty crazy dream. And then like running from the cartel, saving a dog, and then the people that were trying to kill me for somebody I wasn't even. I don't even know who Tino is and that shit. But no, they're blasting me because my name is similar to Tino. I'm Tipo. But whatever, it's all over and done with. On to the next dream. So I had this dream that the canyon flooded. So this canyon flooded, like where I used to live. Like there's a canyon that you go from Espa to Taos, and the canyon flooded because a sewer leak broke, breaking the dam. Now covered in shit, racing to the top to save my life. I finally get to Taos, but only the crossroads by Ranchos because the rest of the way is too dangerous on foot from wild predators. I lost all my antlers and my car, but my dog Stacy always stayed by my side. So that was a crazy dream, yeah. Like I don't really remember that dream honestly, but I guess like the canyon flooded because of a sewer thing, basically what I said. And I had to hike up the mountains so like I don't die in sewer water. and uh and it's pretty cool as my dog was with me around that time. So that's a pretty cool dream. I actually do like that dream, and I don't know what it means by I had to take the crossroads by Ranchos and because of wild predators in like another area. And then okay, so on to this next dream. I had this dream where like Connor McDavid, hockey players, Gordie Howe, this old time veteran, Bobby Orr, this another veteran, and Wayne Gretzky and Joe Sakic were all at the All-Star Center in New Mexico. We don't have an All-Star Center in New Mexico, but I mean, we have a Santa Ana Star Center, so I guess that counts. But anyways, like they all came to the center to the center, whatever you call it, the stadium, and like they were like doing like autographs and like playing pickup games with everybody and that stuff. But like I was working around that time, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I could meet the greats, but I'm working and that stuff. And what sucks is like around that time, like the toilets got clogged, and just at that time, I had to get undressed and fix the toilets, missing my opportunity to skate with some of the greats, some of the great ice skaters ever to play hockey. I said fuck this, dude. I'm not cleaning the toilets. So I bail and I left the ice rink, leaving some leaving some dude I didn't like to clean the toilets himself, but he ended up making another guy clean them. So it's like either way, it doesn't matter. But I'm just glad I didn't clean the toilets. But yeah, no, I remember like having to like um yeah, not clean toilets. So I'm just glad I didn't have to clean toilets. But that's pretty much the end of that dream. Do I remember skating with the greats? Not really. I don't remember if I did or not. I just remember saying F this and running out and like trying to put on my pads and that stuff. But other than that, that's kind of the end of those dreams. I have a couple more dreams, but I'll discuss them in later on dreams. So until next time, hope y'all have a good one. Peace, and yeah. All right, shibby.